And we look forward to doing this again next year. So we hope you guys are having a great time today. I wanted to announce that we wanted to put this together for our stroke patients who go through huge life changes and have sometimes sad recovery stories and sometimes really great ones. And I have been blessed to see two really awesome recovery stories throughout the last year in our speakers this evening. And we are thrilled to hear from Danelle and John. I have seen so much growth in them with my little bit of time with them. And it is a huge honor to recognize them as just a couple people who have survived from really hard and difficult situations such as a stroke. So I'm going to turn it over to Danelle first to tell us about her story.
Hi. 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 I'm Danelle Olson Axthelm. I was born and raised in Cody, Wyoming. I am 52, but when I was 51 on March 26, 2023, I had an ischemic stroke. I was a cosmetologist and a dental assistant, and the day before my stroke, I had moved into a new salon here in Casper. I was helping take care of my grandson and spending time with my dad and living a full life. The day of my stroke, I got up like any other day, ate breakfast, had my coffee, and started to get ready, and I dropped a piece of clothing on the floor. I bent down to pick it up and realized I didn't have any balance at all. I just fell right to the floor. And then I realized like I couldn't get up. I couldn't help myself get up. So I had to start thinking about, I realized I was still awake, but I realized I couldn't get myself up and time slowed down. I had to think where my phone was, and I left it in the kitchen. So I dragged myself to the kitchen and found my phone. And I was able to text my daughter, and I think I text random words, and then I put help me. So she called me, and she's a nurse, so she realized when I answered the phone that I was slurring my speech and I was slow, that I was having a stroke, and she just wanted to call 911. I was just telling her, no, just come get me, not call 911, but no, she did the right thing. She called 911, so I knew the deadbolt was on my front door, so I had to figure out how to crawl to my front door, and I had to climb up my door to get the deadbolt off. And then I got myself into a chair and waited, and my daughter's mother-in-law and sister-in-law were several blocks away. They were able to get to my home first before the paramedics came, which was nice. They were able to sit with me until paramedics came. And then the ambulance people came and they took me to the hospital. Wait, yeah, where am I? Sorry. Oh, yeah. They ran all kinds of tests, and they said that I had had an ischemic stroke, which was blood clots to my brain. And they had to do a first surgery where they went in to take the blood clots off my brain. But I had to be awake for that surgery. That was super scary, yeah. And then I had a second brain surgery because my brain was swelling, the part that had been damaged, and it was pushing on my brain stem, which could have been deadly. So they did a craniotomy and took out the damage, took out the right side of my skull and took out 40% of my brain that was damaged. And hopefully they left the good part. Okay, good. And then it left room then for my healthy brain to survive. And later they found out I had a hole in my heart that had caused the blood clot to go right to my brain. So I needed to have surgery to have that hole in my heart closed. And while I was in the hospital, I was able to speak and I recognized family and friends, but my left side wasn't working. So when I wasn't able to see things to my left or use my left side at all. And I was realizing too that my vision was affected by the stroke. I couldn't take care of myself or go home yet, and I was fortunate enough to be able to come to Elkhorn for more rehabilitation and learn everything all over again, to sit up, to eat, to walk, swallow, how to use the bathroom, everything, take a shower. It took 44 days at Elkhorn before my husband was able to take me home, and my recovery didn't stop there. I left though. I still had a lot of work to do to feel like myself again. I couldn't come so far in this journey without the support from my husband Paul and the encouragement from my kids, Shaden, Ashlyn, and Connor and their spouses, and the joy my grandson Dax brings to me every day, and even throwing the ball for my dogs, all those little things that you take for granted until you're in a situation where you aren't able to do them. The support and the staff at Elkhorn really helped me to see improvements and get me through some of those hard days. They are more like family now than anything. I was able to come back to outpatient therapies, but I had to do lots of hard work at home too. It's not just the exercises that helped me recover. I think it had a lot to do with the power of positivity. I was blessed to have a great example in my mom, who was very positive as I was growing up, and I have carried her positivity with me through my life. When my bucket was empty in all the physical ways, I had to pull from the positivity inside of me to continue my recovery. I try to put myself with positive people and try not to stay isolated or with negativity. I still enjoy spending time with my family and going outside and even doing dancing at the Beacon, which my therapists have been so nice to take me out there. Okay. Yeah. I'm a cheap date. It's fun though to be able to just feel like normal for a night when you're out dancing and enjoying everyone. So I've really enjoyed too my support group here in the stroke. I call it Strokes Anonymous. It's not Strokes Anonymous, but it's like that. We all have things in common and we share, and it's nice to keep up with everyone and gather strength from somebody else who also has ideas about things. These help me fill my bucket up again so I can continue to live my best life.
Thank you, Danelle.
Thank you.
So I don't know how many of you have done public speaking, but try doing that after a stroke. And yeah, that can get pretty tricky, but she did amazing and worked really. And we'll have Edgewood Park Place come up. The last three notes. Come on up.